Hi, this is Sean from Time and Talk. Today, I wanted to make a video about fashion watches, really, and just to have a think about, people tend to badmouth them quite a lot and say, they're not real watches and things like that. I thought I'd have a bit of a discussion about it. So I think we can start from the standpoint of, are they gateway drugs into the real thing, in quotation marks, if you like. So I just have this Henry London watch in the house, and I bought it from TK Maxx actually for about £15. Just thought I'll have a look at it, see what it's like. So, just looking at the box here, this says lovingly assembled in China and designed in the UK. So the dimensions of the watch are 39mm with an 18mm lug. It's 10.5mm thick, and it's 47 and a bit lug to lug. So nice kind of classic size, if you like. Vintage inspired size, and this model is called the Westminster actually, and it's £99 the RRP. I don't think it's worth the money, to be honest. It's got an acrylic crystal, which again is vintage inspired, if you like. Dauphine hands with what's supposed to be a white dial. It looks cream to me, to be honest. And the company, Henry, said they're inspired by a vintage timepiece that they found on Portobello Market. Two designers apparently set up the company. It doesn't say on the website when they were set up, but the watch said Henry, August 1965. So I just thought I'd have a little bit of a think. A fashion watch. We tend to see a fashion watch as a watch made by a company that doesn't have like a horological history, if you like. And it's got a kind of cheap movement in it. It's relatively cheap, and it's all style, no substance, that sort of thing. So I bought this watch because it bears a lot of similarities to a watch that I have in my collection, which is a vintage. I think it's an Accurist, and it looks a bit like this. It's also gold coloured. It's also really simple, and it wears similarly except for the size. The movement actually in the watch is a quartz movement, and it's got a quick set date, and it's a Japanese quartz movement. Later on in the video, I'll show you the movement a little bit. It's a Miyota 2315, which are made by Citizen, actually, Miyota movements. So yeah, just looking at the dial a little bit more closely, you can see the pitting on the hands. I'm assuming that is because it's made from kind of low quality metal, if you like. I'm not sure exactly what they're made out of. I mean, Timex watches are sometimes made out of brass to keep the cost down. So it could be that, but I don't know for sure. So in terms of these, I mean, I have trouble condemning fashion watches, to be honest, and homage watches, and even to a certain extent replicas, because people like watches and they want a watch that looks the real deal, if you like, but not everyone can afford to go into the higher end of horology. So I have a bit of trouble condemning watches like that because it seems to me to be a little bit elitist, but maybe that's just me. In terms of this particular watch, the pros, and works for a lot of fashion watches as well. You get the aesthetics of a nice classically styled vintage watch, but without the price of a Swiss watch. It's affordable. It's reasonably nice looking. I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, you can see the domed acrylic crystal there. They make a big deal about the fact that it's vintage inspired. The cons of this particular watch are it's cheap and some cost cutting there, if you like. The design language, some may say it's a rip-off. Maybe it's not got as much soul, in quotation marks, as the real thing. I would rather have a vintage piece. And in summary, you can see it on the wrist here. It looks nice. It's a 39mm watch. It wears quite thin. It looks quite nice on my wrist. In summary, I don't mind fashion watches that much. I mean, I clearly would not have them in place of the real thing, in quotation marks. But if you're just in the game for aesthetics, why not? You're just looking for a watch that looks quite nice on your wrist. You're getting one here, but you're not having to pay the price for some of the other things that maybe some people don't care that much about. Showing you the movement here, making a bit of a pig's ear out of this and trying to get the case back off. So as I've said, it's a Miyota 2315 movement made by Citizen. Got a plastic cover on the back to protect the movement, and then there you can see it. so it has no jewels, a bit of plastic left over on the movement for some reason. But yeah, just a quick video exploration of this particular fashion watch, and just thinking about the idea of having a fashion watch, and get a lot of hate, but some people can't afford high-end Swiss horology, and perhaps they're not all that bad, but I could be wrong about that. So if you like my channel, please subscribe. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.